There you go.
Hey guys, this is Cousin Vinny coming to you on February the 3rd with a look at the week ahead. With S&P futures at 1507.52. Looking at the S&P 500, we've been very strong over the last 2 weeks since we put in that 13 on a DMARC and a additional 9 that we put in right at the upper trend line. I'm watching this 1525 point and figure level. We came down and tested the 1496 perfectly, as well as the 10 EMA, which we came down and looked at, looking at the 30. You can see we came back right back down to the 10 period, tested it, and moved higher. Now, looking at the daily momentum shows a different story. We're making higher highs, and the momentum is waning. So I'm curious to see how this plays out this week. Kumo looks strong as well. Chiku is above the upper trend line, and we came down and tested Tikin-sen. Kijun-sen is also moving higher, as well as the Kumo. Stochastics is overbought, but we can get more overbought. And we tested all these pivots, so looking really good. The market's strong. If we look at the comp, we can see a similar picture. Tikin-sen moving higher. Daily MACD has already went negative. We had a little bit of a move lower, but the Bollinger Bands are expanding, and this is flat here and moving higher there, so we can expect a grind up on the comp. I'm curious to see how Monday opens. Okay, it came down and touched the 10 period moving average, and we moved higher on Friday. Okay, looking at the weekly, we had a W pattern here. Okay, testing these higher lows. Came back down to the Bollinger Band, came back down to the 50 period and bounced over the last 6 weeks. So we're looking very strong. Russell, same thing. We broke above highs, and we're headed higher. So we have an ascending triangle pattern here. We broke out. So taking this last pivot up to where we broke out, we can see the 1618 is right up here. Okay, so the breakout level from this lower pivot up to that level, we have the 1618 just above. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out this week as well. That's the weekly. Let's take a look at the daily. Okay, there's your 1618 up there at 924.50, 924.60. Currency pairs, Euro US dollars, looking very, very strong as well. Overbought. Let's take a look at the carry trade. Okay, we just keep stepping higher. Okay, came down and tested this level, bolted higher. All the averages moving higher, and there's your 10 period right under price. So we have somewhat of a bullish divergence here with stochastics moving lower and price moving sideways. Okay, let's take a look at some fibs here. This level, this pivot here to this high. We came down to the 382 thereabouts, showing its strength because we didn't come all the way down to the 382. So we moved back up to this level. Let's keep an eye on this on Monday and Tuesday for the carry trade. You can also look at the AUD JPY pair. See where this goes. Does it go to the 127 extension? That's why I have this green arrow here. I've been watching this level here, and we broke higher. So all these moving averages are strong. There's nothing else I can say about this. I was looking for this to move lower, back into this, and come back to the 382. Never happened. Copper with the China numbers last week. We're moving sideways. We're back up at that upper trend line again. Stochastics is oversold and pointing higher. We got a doji on Friday. Some spinning tops here. For the most part, we're looking good. So looking at the weekly, we have some decision to make here shortly. Do we bolt higher out of this pattern and come up and test this level? Or do we move back down and come back down to this level and move sideways? Looking at the weekly stochastics, you can see we pretty much flattened out there. Looking at the momentum on this move, you can see that we've moved lower. Stockcharts.com, let's go take a look at the free charts. We want to look at our sector map. The past week, you can see what sectors have done well and which ones haven't. You can take your shorts in these sectors. You can also look to possibly fade some of these areas depending on what happens to the market on Monday. Futures aren't really moving that much higher, so we'll see what happens on Monday. Going over the bar chart, let's take a look at our sectors. You can look at our top 100 stocks bar chart. You can also look at the industry sector. You can rank those. Percent change. Medical instruments. ETFs in power and currency. There's a quick way to take a look at what was strong during the week. And the spiders. Let's take a look at the momentum here as well. Moving lower. So I'd keep an eye on the sectors and how things transpire this week. We may actually get some move back to the downside or move back up to that 1525 that we looked at on the S&P/X. So this is Cousin Vinny coming to you from Day Trader Bootcamp. Keep it on this 1525. Remember to come over and check out our free 2-week trial. Come and talk to the traders in the room. We've got a lot of good people in there. I hope this helps. Enjoy the Super Bowl, and we'll talk to you.